Macam mana nak ni? Okay, hi Durga. Today we're going to ask you a few questions on verbal and non-verbal communication. And first of all, how are you today?
Hello, Ayu and Alia. I'm good. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're fine.
We are good.
Can you tell us about yourself, a bit of self-introduction, about your name, your age, where are you from, what are you studying?
I'm Durga and I'm 20 this year. And I'm from Johor. I'm currently pursuing my studies at Multimedia University Malacca, Multimedia campus, and I'm studying my first year degree in Bachelor of Science Bioinformatics. So my course is mostly about the application of tools of computations like computer science to analysis and to capture the interpretation of biological data. So the subjects that I take is biochemistry, cell biology, human pathology and anatomy. This is for biological side, and for the IT and computing sides, I take computer science, I take programming, I take database systems and operation systems. That's a lot.
Yeah,
It's quite hard.
Yeah, sounds quite hard compared to us.
Yeah.
So far, what is the most challenging subject?
I can say it's biochemistry. It's like a combination of biology and chemistry.
Okay. Okay, Durga, thank you for that. Okay.
So we will start the interview. So me and Ayu will ask you a few questions. Okay, and the first question is, how do Indians adapt their language or communication style when interacting with people from different cultural backgrounds?
So our communication style is heavily influenced by our accents, which can initially present challenges when interacting with people from different cultural backgrounds. So, however, through exposure to different linguistic environments such as schools, universities, and workplace, we naturally start to adapt the element of others' speech patterns and accents. So, this adaptation occurs as we engage in frequent interaction with individuals from various cultural backgrounds. I believe that over time, our communication style becomes more versatile, allowing us to effectively engage with people from different linguistic backgrounds.
Okay. Okay, thank you for the answer, Duka. So the next question is, have you ever found it hard to talk with people from different background in Malaysia, and why?
If you ask me, I can say that engaging in conversation with individuals from different cultural backgrounds in Malaysia is relatively straightforward. It's not that hard. However, ensuring that the mutual understanding is there, we need to put additional effort, especially when we need to translate our thoughts from our native language, such as Tamil for me, into another language. I think this process of mental translation can sometimes pose challenges, which can lead to slight difficulties in effectively conveying our intended message.
Okay. Next question is, could you describe a time when the way Indians speak, the tone you use, had an impact on communication with people from different cultures? And if you have experience, you can share with us.
The Indian communication style often involves to the use of diverse tones and accents, which may come across as a strong accent. Despite this perception, it's essential to recognize that our communication style is not indicative of rudeness, but rather a reflection of our cultural background. By just being mindful of cultural differences in communication styles, I believe that we can foster better understanding and avoid misunderstanding by knowing that our accents just sounds quite rude, but we are not actually rude.
Do you have a experience?
So any examples to the question?
Yeah, it's mostly like when I'm with my Chinese friends and I have another Indian friends, when I'm communicating with my another Indian friends, as I talk in Tamil, my Chinese friends tend to feel like that we both are fighting each other, but actually we are just communicating each other. It's just our accent feels quite strong, and they feel like it's quite rude and we are fighting.
Okay, the next question I will pass to Ayu.
Okay, the next question is, have you ever found it difficult to make people from different cultures in Malaysia understand when you're joking or being sarcastic? You can also provide an example if you have experienced this.
So, transmitting humor across cultural boundaries can be very challenging, particularly when our humor is derived from Indian movies and dramas or cultural references that may not resonate with everyone. To ensure that our jokes land effectively, we may need to provide additional context or explanation to bridge the cultural gaps. So, however, the process of explaining the jokes individually can sometimes dilute their impact, like the joke, it gets expired before I explain, as humor often relies on spontaneity. And for example, I can say that one day I was at class, my Chinese friend, he asked me to repeat himself, and I said, ஒரு தடவை சொன்னா நூறு தடவை சொன்ன மாதிரி. It means that if I say it one time, it equals to 100 times. So when my Chinese friend asked me to repeat myself that day, I replied back, நான் ஒரு தடவை சொன்னா நூறு தடவை சொன்ன மாதிரி, and he don't get it. And I translate it in English, and he feels like it's more like a sentence than a joke.
But
It is
okay,
a-
what's can you repeat back the meaning of that sentence?
So it means that நான் ஒரு தடவை சொன்னா நூறு தடவை சொன்ன மாதிரி, which means that if I say it once, it's equals to 100 times.
Oh. What does it mean like? Example?
Okay. Thank you for the explanation. That's a very interesting explanation. Okay, moving on to the last questions. Do gestures or expressions sometimes create misunderstandings when you talk to people of different cultures in Malaysia?
I think gestures and expressions serve as a that transcends in linguistic barriers. Regardless of the language spoken, emotions conveyed through um, gestures and expressions are generally understood by any individuals from any cultural backgrounds. So these non-verbal cues plays a very crucial role in facilitating communication, enabling the individuals to convey their feelings and intention effectively, even in multilingual environments. Um, so I feel like gestures and expression don't create any misunderstanding, but it helps us to let other people from other culture background to understand us better.
Do you think there's a macam gesture in your culture that might confuse people of other culture? Some
I don't feel like there's any.
Okay, that's all. Thank you, Durga, for your time.
time.
Thank you for talking to us. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
you. I think you can end the recording already.